Hello, my friends. For today's beer review, we're going to be taking a look at Ommegang Brewing Company's Chocolate Indulgence, a Belgian-style stout. This should hopefully be definitely a treat. This is from Ommegang Brewery, which so far they have not let me down at all. Every one of the beers that I have tried from Ommegang have been exceptional. Not just very good or great. They have been exceptional beers. I think the lowest I've given one is like a high 9 before. And I'm really hoping this is no different. So this is their Chocolate Indulgence, and it says it's a Belgian-style stout brewed with real Belgian chocolate. It is a 7% alcohol by volume, which seems a little bit low considering what it is. Now, that's definitely a high ABV, and you will be feeling it definitely once you drink some of it. But it does seem rather low, being from Ommegang and being like a chocolate specialty stout and all that. It says to serve at 50 degrees. I just pulled this out of the fridge, so it's probably right about at 50. Maybe it's a little bit colder, but it'll be at 50 soon. So let's go ahead and read the label. We have the brewery description on the side, which I have read before. The beer description says, Chocolate Indulgence offers a thick tan head of foam resting atop rich, onyx-hued liquid. The aroma immediately speaks of dark chocolate and dark malts. The gentle herbal nose of pearl hops complements the darker aroma notes, making the beer fully savory to all the senses. Part of the Duvel family of fine Belgian ales. Pour slowly so as not to disturb the yeast sediment, but with enough vigor to create a luxurious head and release the rich bouquet. Okay. And, yeah, brewed in Cooperstown, New York, of course. Don't have much else to say about it. I'll be drinking this today out of the Duvel glass. It's my favorite glass for drinking stouts out of, as well as assessing new, heavier, darker beers. So without further ado, let's get the cap off of here and see if this beer lives up to the Ommegang legacy, with me at least. Alright, cage is off. Oh, this one's being a little ornery. There we go. Decent amount of carbonation smoke coming up out of the bottle. So, straight into the glass it pours. A nice, almost black brown color. I'm going to pour this straight down the center, see if I can get some head on this. Alright, that looks pretty good. Enough here easily for another glass, and probably the top off the first one too. Poured a nice 2 fingers of medium tan head, as it stated. Into the light, it is pitch black. As you may have guessed, there is no light coming through. Not even on the edges of the glass is there light. It is just pitch black, burnt motor oil in the glass. And that's how I like my stouts to be. Let's give it a smell. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of your more kind of bittersweet, dark Belgian-style chocolate or chocolatiers or cooking chocolate. Obviously, lots of malts. There is just a slight touch of some herbal hoppiness, though, which may be due in part to the fact that it's Belgian-style. Little more hoppiness than I expect it to be with a chocolate stout like this. It smells pretty dang good. Let's give it a taste and see what Chocolate Indulgence is all about. Strange, very strange. It drinks like a Belgian, obviously, I guess it's because it's Belgian style, more like a Belgian dark, strong ale up front, and only well into the development and the aftertaste and on the exhale, you get really rich Belgian chocolate, which I'm not going to knock it for that because it clearly states that it's a Belgian-styled stout. There's a huge bite of carbonation on the front end of the beer. Almost has that sourness that you get in some Belgian-style beers, and that fades into your more bittersweet, rich, warm, toasty malts and your dark chocolate, especially on exhaling. You get a lot of the chocolate when you exhale. The bitter, I'm sorry, not the bitter, the carbonation bite up front kind of masks the whole initial development of the flavor. It's just sour carbonation bite up front. I know the label says to serve at 50 degrees, so I'm actually going to let this warm up a little bit, possibly even past 50 degrees. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely going to let it warm up a little bit and see how the flavors develop, because I don't like to drink most stouts cold unless it specifies on the bottle to do so. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back. I have been letting it warm and sit for about 15 or 20 minutes, and I must say the head is still there. It's down to about a third of a finger now, but the fact that it still is remaining is very impressive. So let's give it a smell and a taste again. Smell is pretty normal. I think the chocolate has become a little bit richer now, and some of that sourness has subsided. But the main thing is going to be the taste. Let's see what it's about now that it's warmed up. The sour carbonation bite has subsided a little bit. The chocolate comes a little bit sooner. There's also a lot of boozy alcohol in this now. I'm going to call this a good beer. I would give it I'd probably give it honestly a 7.9 out of 10. Even for being a Belgian style stout, it definitely has some problems. It's not to say that it's not a good beer, but it has room for improvement. Basically, there's just this alcoholic bitterness, alcoholic sour bite up front that Brooklyn Brewery's Black Chocolate Stout suffered from. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that's because it's Belgian style, and maybe that's true. Maybe I shouldn't knock it for that, but I don't know. A Belgian styled stout, if that's the case, I would just call this like a dark Belgian strong ale with chocolate added, is what I would call it, not a stout. Now, the back of it is pretty great. It's got nice dark roasty malts and chocolate, which is fantastic. It's just that upfront initial sourness kind of throws it off from being a stout. Now, Belgian is very accurate. Like I said, it could definitely pass as a Belgian dark strong ale with chocolate added. I just wouldn't refer to it as a stout. Personally, that's just me. I'm not going to totally knock it because that is what it's advertised as. So 7.9 is what I feel comfortable giving this beer. That has been Ommegang Brewing Company's Chocolate Indulgence. Hope you guys enjoyed the review as always, and stay tuned for the next one.